G'day viewers, how you doing? There's another update, version 5.34 for Rolling Line. The updates are flowing thick and fast today, as they often do. They all come all at once. Whoosh. As always, I read these articles to improve the accessibility of the information for those who can't or won't go and read it for themselves. So, this update adds a bunch of new features relating to speed control. Rolling Line, if you don't know it, is a great little game which emulates, or simulates rather, a model railway, and you can make it as complex or as simple as you like. There are pre-planned routes that you can run, you can just drive trains, you can go and fiddle with things, you can do logging, you can do all sorts of stuff. It's nice and simple, and the building side of it is actually relatively intuitive, even a dummy like me can do it. Must get back to that series I started years ago. Maybe I should actually do it. Anyway, this update adds a bunch of new features relating to speed control in Rolling Line. While I continue to work on multiplayer behind the scenes, there's still a bunch of features that I'm planning to add before multiplayer is done. One of those is a highly requested feature, the option to control speed by exact amounts instead of speed steps currently in the game. You can now switch to an optional smooth speed control mode where you can set the exact speed value you want. It's much better than that good old-fashioned 3 speeds. Simply hold and release the speed up-down buttons to change the speed gradually instead of clicking them to change the step speed. There's an example there of the in-game controller, which looks remarkably like a very popular DCC controller, but we won't go there. You can toggle oh, we did go there. Damn! You can toggle between the two control modes inside the cab, or you can change the settings for whether the control mode is step or smooth by default. These settings can be found in the pause menu, gameplay, train speed, control options menu. There are also different settings for both in-train cab controls and the handheld controllers. So you can play the game in two ways. You can either just do it as a model railway with a DCC-like controller, or one very popular one. I happen to have these for my railway. Or you can get into the cab of the train and drive that way. Here's the options menu. Lovely. Smooth acceleration deceleration adjustment. You can now adjust how fast trains will slow down and speed up using the train acceleration rate and the train deceleration rate settings. These settings only affect when smooth acceleration is enabled, which is by default when you are in miniature mode. Miniature mode is when you're sitting in the train. This means that when you're in large-scale trains, will speed up and slow down in a faster, snappy movement like a real model railway, but when you're in miniature mode, they will accelerate and brake much slower like a real-world locomotive. Steam Workshop improvements. A big behind-the-scenes part of this update is that I've completely changed the Steamworks framework that Rolling Line uses. This means all the features relating to connecting to Steam. This is mostly invisible to players, but it means a lot under the hood. The main difference you will notice is that the workshop uploading and updating process has changed a bit. The uploading process now has a completely different system for error reporting and will show much more detailed error messages when your item fails to upload, hopefully putting an end to the dreaded generic failure upload message. The files for your current upload are now temporarily stored in the folder Steam Apps Common Rolling Line Modding Workshop Upload Temp. So if you want to use a custom thumbnail, you can modify the files in this folder before clicking Upload. Previously, you needed to find the upload folder in App Data, so it's much easier now having it in the main Rolling Line directory. Updating workshop items. The workshop item update process now works quite differently. Instead of needing to have a local copy of all the workshop items you had uploaded in the past, you can now access every single item your account has ever uploaded. Having the original mod files in your PC is no longer required. When you choose the option to update a workshop item, you'll see a list of all your previously uploaded items. You need to be connected to Steam for these to load. Simply choose the item you want to update, and the rest of the process is the same as it was before. Another bonus of this system is that the title and description you have set on Steam will be used. So if you've edited your description manually through Steam, then this new description will be kept when updating. Then there's the Steam status display. Something else that this new Steamworks integration includes is the Steam Rich Presence feature, which means Rolling Line can set custom status to display to your friends while you are playing. Currently, these statuses are making mods, building maps, driving trains. Once multiplayer is released, hosting multiplayer and playing multiplayer. This feature is really just bonus for fun, and if you prefer not to be displayed, you can turn it off using the setting in the pause menu. MISC enables enables Steam public status. And there's an example of Franks the serial killer playing Rolling Line making mods. Other fixes and features fixed a bug where opening the custom tag setting menu for a workshop item upload would not appear correctly when using 2D menus. Text box menu settings, e.g. the description for workshop items, can now clip their text display correctly so the text won't overflow. The max speed setting for mods now scales in a much more logical way. Instead of being exponential, it is now linear. Fixed shadow casting on the weaker pass maps road models. Fixed a bug where toggling full screen when using 2D menus would lock the cursor. Multiplayer progress. While I'm working on other features like this update, most of my time is going towards developing multiplayer. Progress is going great, and the main features I've been working on recently are things relating to Steam. You can now easily host a game and invite your friends to join you, all entirely within Steam. Well, you can't right now because it's not released. Of course, you can still host and join servers using traditional IP and port connection, which means a connection to Steam is not required to play multiplayer, and you can easily host a LAN game on your local network. I've also been working heaps on multiplayer synchronization for controls and gameplay features, like controlling pantographs, lights, loading, unloading, cab controls, etc. It's all working really well. Till it gets in the real world. Multiplayer development is well underway, and it might not even be that long before I start running private beta testing. These are really exciting times for Rolling Line. Can't wait for multiplayer to be complete. And he's thanking the Patreon supporters because their definition or donations allow the income to roll in for Rolling Line so that the updates can be free for everybody else. So there you go. Alrighty, as usual, like and subscribe. Have fun, folks. See you later. Bye.
We played a game.